Yo, what's up everybody? Trevor Noah here, and today we're diving into some serious history. We're talking about the Battle of Karbala, a story of courage, sacrifice, and standing up for what you believe in, even when the odds are stacked against you. Now, Karbala isn't just some random battle in a history book. This event, which went down in 680 AD, is a cornerstone of Islamic history, shaping the faith and inspiring millions for centuries. It's a story that resonates with anyone who's ever felt like an underdog, anyone who's ever had to stand up to a bully. Imagine a small group of people, vastly outnumbered, facing down a tyrannical ruler. They're fighting for their beliefs, for justice, knowing they might not make it out alive. That's Karbala in a nutshell. This battle wasn't just about land or power, it was about the soul of Islam. It was about choosing between right and wrong, even when the wrong seems unbeatable. Alright, so to understand Karbala, we need to understand the players involved. On one side we have Yazid, the ruler of the Umayyad Caliphate. This dude was basically the textbook definition of a tyrant. He was all about consolidating power, even if it meant twisting the teachings of Islam to fit his agenda. Yazid wanted everyone to bow down and recognize him as the ultimate leader, even if it meant compromising their principles. He demanded allegiance from Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. This wasn't just a political move, it was a direct attack on the heart of Islam. See, Hussein was known for his integrity, his piety, his unwavering commitment to justice. He was deeply respected by the people, seen as a beacon of hope in a time when Islam was facing some serious challenges. Hussein refusing Yazid wasn't just about disagreeing with a ruler, it was about refusing to let Islam be hijacked by someone who didn't embody its true spirit. Talk about a high-stakes showdown. Now, let's talk about Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. This dude was the real deal. He was known for his compassion, his wisdom, his deep understanding of Islam. People looked up to him, saw him as a true leader who embodied the Prophet's teachings. When Yazid demanded Hussein's allegiance, it wasn't just a political dilemma, it was a moral crisis. Could Hussein, with a clear conscience, pledge loyalty to someone who was so openly corrupt, someone who was twisting Islam for their own gain? Hussein knew that saying yes to Yazid would be the easy way out. He could have lived a life of comfort, surrounded by wealth and privilege. But that wasn't Hussein's style. He knew that true leadership meant standing up for what's right, even when it's hard, even when it's dangerous. Hussein chose the path of resistance. He chose to fight for the soul of Islam, knowing full well that he was outmatched, outgunned, and facing almost certain death. That's the kind of courage that legends are made of. Section 4, Yazid, power-hungry and ruthless. On the other side of this epic showdown, we've got Yazid. This guy was the ruler of the Umayyad Caliphate, and let's just say he wasn't exactly known for his humility or his commitment to justice. He was all about power, about consolidating his grip on the Muslim world, even if it meant resorting to some seriously shady tactics. Yazid saw Hussein as a threat, a symbol of resistance against his corrupt rule. He knew that as long as Hussein refused to bow down, his own legitimacy would always be in question. So Yazid decided to make an example of Hussein, to crush any opposition before it could even gain momentum. He sent his army after Hussein and his small group of followers, trapping them in the desert plains of Karbala. Now Yazid might have had the bigger army, but what he didn't have was the moral high ground. He underestimated the power of conviction, the strength that comes from fighting for something bigger than yourself. Section 5, the Battle of Karbala, David versus Goliath. Picture this, the scorching desert sun beating down, a small band of men, women and children, vastly outnumbered, facing an army tens of thousands strong. This wasn't just a battle, it was a testament to faith, a display of courage in the face of overwhelming odds. For 10 days, Hussein and his followers held their ground, defending their honor, their beliefs, their right to practice Islam without compromising their principles. They fought with incredible bravery, knowing that each passing moment could be their last. They were driven by their faith, by their love for the Prophet Muhammad, by their refusal to let a tyrant dictate the terms of their worship. Even when they were denied water, even when their loved ones fell in battle, they never lost sight of what they were fighting for. The Battle of Karbala wasn't a military victory, it was a spiritual triumph. It showed the world that even in the face of overwhelming force, even when staring death in the eye, one can choose to stand up for what's right. Section 6. The legacy of Karbala, martyrdom, courage, and truth. Now, we all know how this story ends. Hussein and his followers, outnumbered and outgunned, fought valiantly, but were ultimately martyred on the battlefield of Karbala. But their deaths were not in vain. In fact, their sacrifice became a symbol of resistance against tyranny, a testament to the power of faith, and a beacon of hope for oppressed people everywhere. Karbala teaches us that true strength lies not in physical might, but in moral courage. It reminds us that standing up for what's right is our duty, even when it's difficult, even when it seems impossible. The events of Karbala are a stark reminder that the battle between good and evil, between justice and oppression, is a constant in human history. And it's up to each of us to choose which side we stand on. The legacy of Karbala is a call to action, an invitation to live our lives with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to truth, just like Hussein and his followers. Section 7. Learn more, keep the story alive. All right, folks, that's the story of Karbala in a nutshell. It's a story that's both heartbreaking and inspiring, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can shine through. If you want to learn more about this pivotal moment in Islamic history, there are tons of resources available online and in libraries. Trust me, it's worth digging deeper. And hey, while you're at it, why not show some love to the channel that brought you this story? Subscribe to Global VIPs for more insightful content like this. We're all about exploring the world, one story at a time. Peace out.